Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Boston vlogs. Welcome to day 3 of the trip. I'm a little tired. I actually had a bit of a line this morning. Usually I wake up at like 9, but I woke up at 10. I just had a headache. I did loads of steps yesterday, loads of steps the day before, so I just needed a little bit longer in bed. But no, this morning, gonna head straight back to Cafe Bonjour, of course, and then there's a few bits I would like to see. I'd like to do the sightseeing cruise. I would like to go and see the JFK Presidential Library and potentially the zoo. I mean, I head back home tomorrow, so it's just ticking off sort of a last few bits. But no, stick along again. Surprise, surprise, it's another wonderful day in the city. Nice and sunny, but let's head to Cafe Bonjour, and I'm craving that French toast again, I can't lie. Another day in Boston. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Also, I need to set aside some time to head to Macy's, which is obviously there, but I want to have a look in there, and I also want to go to Mike's Pastry, because I want to try cannoli before I go, and I heard that's the spot, but that's back in the north end, where all the Italian food places are. Looks like there's a bit of a queue again today. Fingers crossed the whole solo travelling thing will make it easier. So they ended up giving me the menu to look at while I'm standing outside. I'm presuming it's actually not going to be that long again, because it is just me and I can sit at the bar, whereas all these other sort of families are all having to have a big table. But I think I'm definitely going to go back for the French toast. Just shows how lucky I've been every time I've come. I've not had to wait, but I mean, it's clearly a busy hotspot. I actually think I'm going to change my mind and go for the eggs Norwegian again, the smoked salmon eggs Benedict. It was just so good. Maybe I'll get a side of French toast. Look at that. That looks incredible. I was also super greedy and ended up getting the Nutella toast again, but this is just a half portion, thank goodness. Once again, done with Cafe Bonjour. It's 11:15 and the queue is still absolutely huge. Like I said, I had the eggs Norwegian and I felt a little bit fat, and had the French toast, but it was only the half French toast. But like I said, I'm going to figure out what to do today. I want to go to potentially the Franklin Park Zoo. I also want to go and see the JFK Presidential Library, and at the same time I want to try cannoli from Mike's Pastry. And this evening I've got another sports game, a lacrosse match. Again, I'll have no idea how that works, but luckily that is only in Harvard. That is not all the way down in another part of Massachusetts. So I'm going to head into the park, figure out how to get to the Presidential Library, because I want to make use of my discount Go City card, because today's the last day. And yeah, just play it by ear. Well, we're back in this ominously long corridor. Bit freaky, but heading on the red line to get to the Presidential Library. I don't know how long that's going to take, to be honest. I don't know if it's going to interest me that much. What was that? That much. But yeah, may as well go and see it while I can, and hopefully head on a boat as well, have a look round. But I need to walk this off, because that $40 worth of breakfast is sitting in there. It's very considerate that in the underground here they've got fans. That's definitely not something you get in London or in New York. Definitely a big help in this weather. But Ashmont train to the JFK Library. So I made it off the subway. The stop is literally called JFK/UMass. Waiting for a bus. Not great signage here, I will be honest. A little bit further out of the city, but the bus should be here in about 10 minutes, and then can head to the Presidential Library. Little diary update. Bus is still not here. I'm sweltering. Probably a mistake wearing black. Once I get on the bus, once I've got to the stop, I've then got another 10-minute walk. So hopefully this place is air conditioned. But like I said, later this evening, about the same time as last night, I've got a lacrosse game at Harvard. So that won't take as long to get there, and it won't take as long to get back, because last night getting back from that blooming stadium was pretty difficult. They weren't exactly Japanese high-speed rail, I can tell you that. It was more like something from Stranger Things. So no, hopefully the bus does arrive again, and we make it to the library. I feel like I need to put in one of those like SpongeBob, 7 hours later. I'm melting like ice over here. Still no sign of the bus, but I'm hopeful. Well, I just moved over here from the other stop because this is where everyone was. I just love how well looked after. You know, you've got a campfire that's obviously been lit there. Lovely and homely. Okay, so we made it. About a 10-minute bus ride in a pretty green area. I think there's a lot of schools and residential complexes around here. But no, only a couple-minute walk and we're at the JFK Presidential Library. So I've just figured out, obviously that's where I'm going, the library. But I must be at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. This is why there are so many complexes. I mean, obviously, I don't think that particular building is where somebody's going to be staying, personally. Each to their own. But no, it's lovely around here, actually. It's actually a little bit creepy around here because apart from this car that's speeding behind me, looks like it's doing that in the wrong gear, but there's just sort of nobody here. I feel like it's one of those places where you feel like you shouldn't be, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, I don't even know what's in this museum, but I wondered, why does the bus not go all the way down? But it must be at the back of the university, so obviously they can't go down there. But again, boiling hot. So you can see here, Edward M. Kennedy Institute for the United States Senate is here. And then over there, that is the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and Museum. At least there's a few more people here, so I know I'm in the right place. So here it is, the Presidential Library and Museum. It's a big glass structure there, which looks like a massive US flag. You probably can't see it in this sun. But let's head in and have a look. Look at this. I'm sure I'll see it better down there, but a massive, massive glass structure. Cool. So this is the museum. So it looks like he attended Harvard. Here he is. I presume it's him on the left there. So this is just like the main museum. Then you've got theatres you can go into to watch things. Quite hard to talk in here, but I'm on the lower level now. And this is the recreation of Kennedy-Nixon debate.
I can only say that my experience is there for the people to consider. Senator Kennedy is there for the people to consider. As he pointed out, we came
very old-fashioned. So this, I imagine, is a bit like a recreation of the White House. There's the presidential seal over there. And that's a picture of them in the White House. Look at that. It's quite impressive. Look at this, it's like a Oval Office reconstruction. Look at that. So this is showing presidential pets. There's Obama. I think I would definitely enjoy this more if I was American and actually knew a lot about this. Because to me it's just sort of pictures. Oh my. Oh, that's a bit scary. That's a badger. Oh, I like Obama's pets. There you go, Sonny and Bo. Now this here, this is really what I came to see. Look at that. Oh gosh, there's the American flag. All the way up there. It's just like super bright in here. And there you can see it backs onto the water. Hopefully I can go out there. But look at that. That must have taken some effort getting up there. I'm just in the museum. I'd love to get something, a little collectible, I think. my time in Boston. I love those coats, look at that. Well, finished up in there. Ended up getting a little commemorative coin, cost about $12. That jacket was $250. But yeah, like I said, if you're American and you know about the history of presidents and so forth, I can imagine that's really, really fun. Well, maybe not fun, but interesting. Whereas for me it was interesting, but I'm just not from here, so I took what I could from it, and now on to the next thing. This is the view at the back of the museum, at the back of the library. Look at that ocean. I imagine somewhere way down there is sort of Cape Cod and Nantucket. Lovely, lovely weather. You can see the planes taking off from Logan Airport over there. What a pleasant place. So over there is, oh, someone's taking a video on an iPad. Somewhere over there is the Prudential Center, and that's where the observation deck was. Actually, the Prudential Center somewhere over there, and then over there is kind of where I'm staying. So we're just across the river, just a little bit. But when you just listen to the water, it's just been an absolutely amazing, amazing trip so far. Such a lovely city. And then you can see up there the American flag is flying. That's the actual presidential library. So in there is where the big flag was. But yeah, it's in a beautiful place. So just got off the train back from the library. Literally same stop that I took the big train, the big high-speed rail yesterday. That's where I got off. So it's a 15-minute walk to the harbour. It says the cruise is at 2:30. It's currently 1:30, so hopefully I can get a drink or a bite to eat when I'm there. I know I say it all the time, but the greenery makes this city so much nicer. If it was just buildings and buildings and buildings, it would be nowhere near as nice as it is. But look at it, look at the trees, it's all well kept. I'm just walking over to the cruise now. This place over here is supposed to be a popular place. It's called the Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum. But again, it just looks like that ship I went to go and look at. And I've realised in life I'm not just wasting my time on things that don't interest me, but they may interest you. The architecture here, like I've said, is stunning, especially when the sun's out, as you know. But no, 10-minute walk to the harbour cruise, and hopefully we make it on. Before I head to the boat, I'm going to head to Mike's Pastry for a famous cannoli. But look at the buildings there. That's very loud. But look at the buildings there. It's like something Batman. So this is where you come down and get your tickets. Hopefully I can get it, and then go and get a cannoli. I'm absolutely pacing to get to this cannoli place. It's currently 1:57. You're going to board at 2:15, and it takes 10 minutes from here to get to the cannoli place. So, oh, watch went. I'd love to be able to try one though, because everyone says the cannolis here are incredible. Back in the north end, the Italian sector, and it is thriving compared to when I was here last time. Probably the lunchtime rush, but yeah, wow. So this is the north end. We were here before. Mike's Pastry is just up here. God, I'm so thirsty. This is it. I'm getting a slight feeling there's a queue, which means I'm probably not going to have time. Oh gosh, no. Wow. I'm going to have to come back later. Well, that was short-lived. You can see where I am now. I was here the other day. That there is Paul Revere's house, but clearly I came at an amazing time when I did the trail on the first day, because it's absolutely swarming. If I've got time, I would love to be able to go to Quincy Market and get a smoothie before this trip. Gosh, I am not very good with time today. As you know, Mike's Pastry was way too busy, so I'm going to have to head back later today. I'm dying of thirst, so I'm trying to rush to Quincy Market, get one of those smoothies I had yesterday, then rush back to the harbour and try and get this ferry. So I did just make it back from Quincy Market, managed to have one of those smoothies. Again, I had literally no time to vlog because I was just rushing so quickly. But this is the boat. There's a bit of a line. I thought it was just going to be a smaller thing, but it's not. and I believe this is about an hour and 10 minutes. But this is the boat that I'm heading on. So this is the queue, and then this here is the boat. This is the oh, they got a little shop. I think ideally I want to be outside because it's pretty hot in here. This is where we're going. These are quite steep. Managed to sit right out front on some garden chairs. It's kind of crazy that all the seats on the boat are all just like garden chairs. Does seem a little bit odd.
Off the bow, starboard and port always remain the same. So don't say never talk to anything. It was founded in 1630 on what was known as the Shawmut Peninsula, a series of events that would ultimately lead to the American Revolution,
This guy knows
and
his
from
stuff.
there, the formation of the United States of America. Harbour Islands.
And just like that, a flyover.
Now, Massey was much beloved by his men.
This is a fort that
unlike
was
the very
commissioned by the second
unpopular
president,
Captain
and they
Green.
did
So
unlawful
the lieutenant's
duels.
men plotted a terrible form of revenge against the captain. They got Green good and drunk and brought him down to the lower levels of the Fort Independence, to the dungeons, where they shackled him to the floor and then with brick and mortar sealed him into the very walls of the Fort Independence, condemning him to a slow death. An excavation of the fort in 1905 did uncover the remains of a human skeleton who had been shackled such behind a section of collapsed wall. So this was more than just a tall tale. Port
This tour guide
side,
has a
and my
very,
sister and nephew and niece are currently
tour
on
guide
their way
voice
out to
is
the
like
island.
something
I
you
am
would
jealous.
use as a
Yes,
movie
there are 5 miles
of a
worth of
voice or
hiking
like an
trails on
audiobook.
Spectacle.
There is also a flight that likes to pass over as well. We're in a really good spot.
Thank you folks for joining
see
us
that?
on this gorgeous day out here on the harbour.
Look at the flag as well. Perfectly waving in the wind. So literally, as he was saying, he stopped doing the speaking now for a minute, but as he was saying, you've obviously got the skyline behind me. Ahead of me you've got the airport. Over there you've got a treatment plant, because this was one of the worst polluted harbours in the United States until the late 90s, and they sort of paid like billions and billions of dollars for it to be cleaned up, because apparently it was absolutely disgusting, and the residents sued the city to get that built. But it's a beautiful day. This parts I didn't even know about. Just at the very bottom of the shipping container area is a monument where those guys that I mentioned before did the duel. We're going now to see the USS Constitution, which I saw earlier on another day, but we'll see it from the ocean. But yeah, an absolutely beautiful day on the boat. There you go.
35
There's
minutes.
the US
The
Constitution.
captain crew from the Guerriere
And just in the back is Bunk Hill Monument, where I was a couple days back. Look at the sun glistening off the water.
Years, Boston's
Wow,
tallest,
wow,
and for
wow.
a time.
Well, got off the boat. Nice tour. A lot of it I'd already seen on foot, so a lot of it wasn't new, but there were some good facts in there. Considering it was part of the pass, I'm glad I ticked it off. The tour guide was definitely very informative. Like I said, he had a voice like he was narrating like a storybook, so he was very good. But no, I'm going to be heading back to the hotel briefly, doing the daily recharge of the devices. Then I'm going to head back out because I want to go to Mike's bakery and get a cannoli. I also want to have a look in Macy's, and then I've got the lacrosse game a little bit later on. So I'm going to head back, recharge, and then head back out, which will just be in a minute for you. And we are back, like I said, for you, no time at all. For me, it's been about 45 minutes. I'm going to head to the North End, like I said, also known as Little Italy. I'm going to try and get some cannolis and lobster tails from Mike's Pastry, but before that I would love to be able to try some pizza. So that's where I'm heading first, and then hopefully to get a cannoli. So the gentleman at the hotel just told me that the best place to go for pizza in the North End is Regina Pizzeria. Oh, there goes a bike. So I'm going to head to Regina Pizzeria, and he did actually say there are better cannolis and things at a place called Bova instead of the other one that I mentioned. So we will see, but pizza is the first stop. I absolutely love the evening sun here. It is such a pleasant vibe. But wow, I'm actually going to be sad to go tomorrow. So look how bustling it is. It's obviously a Saturday today, and it's a shame really. I wanted to go to that Union Oyster House, but considering I'm leaving tomorrow, I probably won't. But Saturday in Boston, quite busy. It is absolutely crazy down there. Everyone's it must be like market day. It is mental. Look at that sun. Back into Little Italy. There's the skyline. What a cool place. I mean, look, this is a dog bakery, massive queue, an oyster bar, big queue. Wow. I've just come down a side street. It's absolutely mental there. Every pizza place, every pasta place, lines going out the door, so fingers crossed this Regino's is not the same. Now, I thought there wasn't going to be any queue because it's a little bit further back, but maybe I'll have to choose somewhere else because I don't really have time with this lacrosse game. When I say to you that was extremely busy, you couldn't even walk. Every place, every pastry place, every pizzeria, all had a massive queue. I think I'm gonna have to come back later and get a bite to eat for dinner that's not in the North End. I've literally had to come to some sort of sports bar to actually get any food. I mean, the pizza does look all right here, so I'm gonna have a pizza here, and I'll probably have to go to the pastry bakery place after the lacrosse because the queue is probably about 90 minutes just for a pastry. So yeah, let me get something to eat and then let's head over to the lacrosse game. This is what we ended up going with. Wow, that looks quite impressive. This pizza is absolutely delicious. You can actually see the steam coming off it, it's that hot. It's very American style pizza, not really Italian. But for a place that didn't have much of a queue. As for some dip, and this is the first time I've ever had ranch sauce. It's basically like a garlic dip, isn't it? It's very nice. And then they bring out a whole tub of Parmesan that I've been able to put on the pizza. Well, that was really good. It came a bit later, so I've had to, there's a performance going on in the background if you can hear the clapping, so I've had to order an Uber to the stadium. It's going to be here in 2 minutes, and then hopefully we'll probably just make it in time, maybe a little bit later. So this is obviously very different to the NFL stadium. I'm really looking forward to it, you know, a university game. Just before I head in, I'm going to go in the merch store. I never went in the one in the football game, so may as well have a look. This is cool. Look at all this merch. Look at all of that. All those lacrosse sticks, they're cool. So this is inside the stadium. I didn't get anything from the shop yet, but that may change. I think I'm section 25. Well, we made it. Here you go. I've got to be really quiet because it's very different to the other night. This game is definitely easier to follow compared to the NFL. I think pretty much it's just like football with UK football, but with sticks. Here they go. This is kick-off, I imagine. One thing I'm surprised by is how long they keep hold of the ball and they just start whacking people with the sticks. On top of that, they all seem to switch every 2 minutes. I don't know if it's because it's at a university stadium or maybe it's a less loved sport, popular sport, but it's a much more pleasant atmosphere, very much laid back. Yeah, it's really nice. I've just spent $35 on a stick. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's a good memento. I am starting to worry a little bit, will this even fit in my suitcase, but I didn't pack that heavy on the way, so fingers crossed it will. The jerseys or tops or whatever you call them would have been good, but I don't know lacrosse well enough to spend $95 on that. So this is a specific Boston Cannons is what they're called. God, I must be the most uninformed person in this stadium. It's cool at half time, they've got like the kiddos playing. Those are pretty vicious. They're still at it. Look, still on the field, still playing. I'm heading off now. I've got to talk over the copyright music, but you know what? I actually really enjoyed it, and the games don't go on for anywhere near as long. So that over there is where I got my stick. And over there's the stadium. I think the match is only going for about an hour, split into 4 quarters. So much easier than the football. Look at how bright the stadium is. Like I said, every 2 minutes in these games they play copyrighted music, so it's very difficult to film most of it. Well, I made it back, me and my stick. $35 that cost. Maybe I'll have to put it on the wall or something, but I wanted a memento more than a JFK coin from this morning, so I thought, why not get the lacrosse stick? But no, look, it's been a really good day. Again, of course, Boston has been throughout. Tomorrow's my final day. I fly back in the evening, so I still have a full day, but my pass has run out. So tomorrow is going to be things like going to Macy's, going to Boston Common, going to the Public Garden. So it'll still be a lovely day, but it won't probably be as action-packed as the past few days. But yes, in terms of getting cannolis and things from the bakery, I'm going to have to do that tomorrow. The lines were just way too big. And yeah, it's been a really good day. Looking forward to tomorrow. I'll end the vlog here. As always, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and me and the stick will see you in the next one.